Long live the queen. Hopefully. I mean, she's not the queen yet. Also, she kind of just looks like a magical girl, but I mean, I guess a magical girl can be a queen if she really wants to be. We're trying this out. This is not a new game. This came out in 2012. And the idea is basically this is a princess, and we need to raise the princess to become the queen, a wise ruler. A wise, fair, and just ruler. And I'm sure we can do it. I feel confident in our ability to raise a tyrant that we can all be proud of. Sure, why not? We're gonna trying this out for an hour. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris. We're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. I know it. Do we wear this crown all the time? Why does the audio sound like it's clipping? Turn that down a little bit, I guess. Still kind of loud. Ahem. He just wears this crown all the time, probably. I know it's hard to leave your school and all your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday. Oh, but I know you can do it. You'll learn quickly, and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. This is not what mother would have wanted. She wouldn't have wanted to die, baby. No, she wouldn't. But sometimes bad things happen, like your mom dying. You have to pick up and carry on. That's what she would have wanted. If she hadn't, what she actually wanted was not to die. But she did. We can't always have what we want. All of Nova depends on us. On you. Yeah! I will be here to guide you until your coronation, but the decisions you make are ultimately up to you. Come, your maids are waiting. Welcome to the Queen. Tell me more. I should know more. Controlling Elodie, the almost Queen of Nova, as she tries to prepare for her coronation. She needs to take classes every week in order to raise her skills. Skills will provide different choices in the plot. Learning right skills can mean the difference between life and death. People try to assassinate our queen in training. We also need to keep an eye on Elodie's mood. With her mother's tragic death, Elodie is not very happy right now. The mood button will take us to the emotion screen for more details. Oh, if only it was that easy in real life. Click on my mood button to open my emotion screen. See what my emotion stats are. There we go. Elodie is feeling both afraid and depressed, but her strongest emotion is depressed. Same. If she becomes more cheerful to cancel out the depression, her strongest emotion would then be afraid. Very relatable. Elodie's current mood affects her ability to learn. It will give her a bonus to some skills and a penalty to others. Let's have a look at the skills screen now. Wow, it's a lot of skills. Skills are broken into 4 main categories: social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. Inside these categories are skill sets, group of 3 related skills. We're starting with 0 in everything. Blank slate here. Every week, Elodie can study 2 skills. Normally, she earns 2 points in a skill for every weekday that she studies. She studies history, earn 2 points times 5 days equals 10 points. Okay. But because she's depressed, she has a -2 penalty to the social skill set conversation. She doesn't feel like talking to people right now. If she studies conversation, she'll earn 2 minus 2 points per day. That is 0 points. Okay. Gotta watch out for that. Whoops. Oh, that's the save screen. That's the right click. I want a left click. However, she has +1 bonus to the expression skill set. If she studies one of the expression skills, she'll earn 2 + 1 points per day, so 3 points a day, 15 points for the... Okay, so we have to figure out where her buffs are at any particular point in time to min-max her education. If you study a skill you have a penalty for, you could be wasting your time and not learning anything. If you study a skill you have bonuses for, you'll learn faster than normal. All the bonuses and penalties will change when Elodie's mood changes. She can gain bonuses to skills by studying related skills. Check the skills screen every week to see your current bonuses. Once I know my mood, skills, bonuses, and penalties, I'm ready to choose my classes for the week. The classes screen breaks down skill sets by category for your morning and evening classes. When you select a skill set, 3 options in the set will appear on the right side of the screen. Choose a class option for both morning and evening classes. Click Done. As you play through the story, you'll see feedback bubbles appearing over text. They tell you what's happening behind the scenes. Those bubbles will show you when her mood is being altered. And then those bubbles will show me the story changing based on the skills. If a test fails, there's some option being missed. She doesn't have enough points in that skill yet. Feedback is helpful in figuring out different options to try. I can turn the bubbles off in the preferences. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to turn on hard mode. Get ready to become a queen. Goodness. I'm not becoming the queen. I'm making her into a queen. Alright, so she's depressed. Bonus to expression and animal handling. Penalty to royal demeanor, conversation, athletics. She likes working with animals. She hates gym class. Again, very relatable. Here's the mood. The outfit. Just the one. Can I, click on her to talk to her? Doesn't seem like it. Classes. Alright, so morning classes, demeanor, conversation, expression, agility, weapons, athletic. Yeah. She wants to work with the animals. What was that say again? Expression and animal handling. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's more... Okay, we can choose animal handling for the evening. Class options. Decoration, drawing, painting, arranging flowers, dressing well. Skill with music. Do we want her to be a musician? Voice... I think, voice classes, in addition to singing, would be very helpful for her public speaking, as she would have to do as a queen. Class options. Horses, riding and grooming. Training, hunting. Training, hunting. Well, we all love dogs. No, we don't need to do that. Don't need to open up any web browsers here. No, not that. This, done. Okay. Voice 15. You practice deep breathing exercises to build up the ability to sustain a note. Right. Visit the kennels, learn about... Yeah, I mean, she's gonna hang out with dogs. It should help her depression. And what's all that noise outside? Who's there? Oh, it's my cousins and my aunt and uncle. Darling, we were so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. I'm totally not behind her assassination or anything. Thank you. You look well, niece. Hi, Lodi. Hi, Lottie. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Yep, Mommy said we'll be here all month. Maybe we'll have time to talk later. Okay, so she's cheerful. Got a cheerful point. I finished studying. What will I do for the weekend? Attend service. Visit Charlotte. Question marks. Visit the dungeons. No effect. Play with toys. That sounds pretty good. Walk in the gardens. Talk to Dad. Attend court. Explore castle. So we have mood. Current mood is depressed. So willful and yielding, pressured and lonely. So the two opposites here are pressured and lonely. Neither of them sounds, cheerful and depressed. Like one of them sounds positive and the other negative, but this one's angry and afraid, this one's willful and yielding. I would think that probably for a bunch of these, we'd want them to be like a happy medium, except this one maybe could be on the more cheerful side. Do I want her to become more yielding and lonely, but happy? Lonely and happy? Or do I want her to become more yielding and more depressed and more pressured? castle, she'd become more lonely and afraid. Become more depressed and afraid. Become more lonely and cheerful. Who knows what would happen here? She could sneak out and become more willful. Is there anything we could do to become, like, less lonely? The opposite of... Okay, I guess we don't really want to move this too much. What we would want to do is do more cheerful... I guess angry and cheerful is kind of what we would want to move these up. But I don't think I saw angry. There's some for cheerful. Oh, no. There's some for cheerful. I'm not seeing an angry. We don't know what this is. Why don't we do the unknown? If I don't like any of the options, why don't we do the unknown option? I love this room. It's so bigger than mine back home. You should visit more often. It's awful the only time I get to see you is something like this. I know your brother and sister are still too young, but why haven't you come to school? My mother worries about me. She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. I understand. I'm probably not going to be allowed to leave this castle until my birthday. But at least we can have fun together here. We got a little cheerful. That's all right. Yeah, this got moved up a notch. Current mood afraid. Penalty to military. We need to get more costumes for the princess. Okay. Let's see. What are we looking at here? A bonus to agility and faith. So she's afraid, which means she's going to be real good at agility. Sure. Agility classes. What is she, a dog? We gonna enter her in the agility tests? It was, faith. Allows me to select faith classes. So she could be going to dance, knowing the steps, carrying them out with grace, reflexes, or, this sounds like this would be a pretty useful skill to have just in general. The ability to stretch and contort without pain. Well, maybe we should choose this, and then when she's captured by the enemy and tortured, she'll be able to handle it a little better. Well, I think we should go for reflexes. Let's see. Meditation, finding and maintaining your own inner peace. Divination, interpreting signs from nature, what the future might hold. The magical history of Nova. Trying to figure out what the future might hold might work out. Let's see. Teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or fast. I can't imagine that this would increase her anxiety or anything. Why can't I'm poking you? Why can't you stop me from poking you? You learn that the gods cannot be forced to divulge information about the future. The most powerful omens are those which arrive unexpectedly. What's that commotion outside? Father? What's going on? I've come to pay my respects in honor of your mother. You have no respect or honor. It is because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. Nani? I am a lumen, as was she. And like every lumen, I am willing to give my life as necessary to protect our domain. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the crown princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and oops, I didn't mean to press that. I must teach you. Send her away, arrest her, Dad doesn't seem to be thrilled. We don't know, this is kind of a hard choice because we don't know the story. We don't know the story here about what happened. Dad thinks she's responsible for Mom's death. And then she says that Mom trusted her. She's here to train us. Well, maybe we should give her a chance? Maybe? How can we arrest her or send her away if we really don't know what the situation is? I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. We're a little willful. As you wish. Now that I finished studying, let's see. Okay, willful went up a little bit. What will I do for the weekend? Well, you know what they say? They say everybody's working for the weekend. We could visit the dungeons and get mad about it. We do want to get angry and cheerful. Oh, we can visit Juliana. Sure, let's see what Juliana has to say. What is it you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. What crystal? Oh no, my lore failed. The source of any power for a lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you're bonded with it, it becomes a part of use as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. There it is. She holds out her hands, light flickers above her bosom, and then with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh! Belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find a crystal that belongs to you. I guess we could also have her killed, and then take her crystal that way. Just something to keep in mind. We still have a bonus to agility and faith. I mean, if that's the case, we might as well keep going with it. Let's learn flexibility and, lore. Like, we want to learn the magical history. We're a magical girl, right? You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motion available to each of your joints, twisting, shifting, and rotating. Only a lumen can channel magic, and only with the help of oh, I guess if I knew this, maybe that conversation would have been a little different. The ability to control a crystal seems to be inherited, so crystals can be passed from parent to child upon the lumen's death. Okay, so mom was a lumen. She died. Her crystal is somewhere. He loves me not. Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Oh, not really. I just like to play with the flowers. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursul rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. No, not at you, at your feet? Princess, don't move. Do we trust her? I mean, I guess we trust her. You want to hold... Oh no, my composure failed. I peeked. I peeked. I look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass. I squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. No! My cousin pushes me aside and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Oh no! Lottie! Too late, Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What's going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get her an herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep us safe. I'm sorry. I don't feel good. We will be returning home to Berva immediately. The aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been there. Oops, keep doing that, sorry. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Oh no, Charlotte, our best friend, is gonna die because of us. It's our fault. Now that I finished studying, and now that our best friend is going to die for us, what will I do for the weekend? I could talk to I could attend court, talk to Dad. Actually, I want to talk to Dad about Mom's crystal. I should probably do that. Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine! Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now, you are still a child. Well, okay. Maybe we could steal it. Okay, we still have bonuses to agility and faith. We need to try to become not afraid. which means that when we have the chance, we need to try to get angry. But if we're still, bonus for still agility and faith, I guess we still have to keep going with that. So for class, let's do some dance. And for faith, let's do some meditation. I practice curtsying, standing, and walking across the floor in a graceful manner. So it says you. Am I the princess? Or am I raising? I don't think I'm a character. There's no person responsible for raising the princess. I guess I am the princess. I thought I was, I don't know, her steward or something. You practice assuming a sitting position that allows you to be relaxed and tranquil without being so relaxed that you're likely to fall asleep. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara, and the parents gone. And Charlotte, might be gone permanently, thanks to that snake. It's certainly not empty, though. It seems like we get more servants every day. I was so worried about Charlotte after that snake bit her. But her mother... Poison failed. What? Her mother said it's okay. I guess it turned out all... Why did it say poison failed? What was that test? Maybe she has a guardian angel. I'm not sure. I mean, those are referring to our knowledge, right? So I don't have knowledge of poison, so I failed that check. If I did have knowledge of poison, I don't know if there had been different dialogue. Okay, anyway, we need to get mad. We can get mad in the dungeons. Well, actually, this is just -1 afraid, which would do the same thing, I guess. Let's get mad in the dungeons. I sneak a peek. +1 willful, +1 angry. I sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons, petty thieves and troublemakers now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. Okay, so her expression has changed, right? Willful is now the most powerful emotion. So this is the face of willfulness. And since it's willful, bonus to intrigue, military, and lumen. No new outfits. Okay. Intrigue, such as internal affairs, what nobles and other citizens are up to. Foreign intelligence, what other countries are up to. Ciphering, learning to... I like that one. Let's learn to read and write secret information. And, intrigue, military, lumen. Well, lumen does not seem to be an option here. We have intrigue and we have military, but lumen specifically does not seem to be listed. Strategy, achieving victory on land. Victory at sea. Move troops and supplies in time. Let's learn about logistics. I practice reading words whose letters have been arranged in reverse order, the simplest of transpositions, which anyone literate can puzzle through if they try, but it's sometimes useful to hide information. Anyone can figure it out. You learn about the types and amounts of food required for an army on the march, and how long they will remain edible. One of the maids approaches me for attention. My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. You have a Duke of Sedna? I don't know anything about other places outside this castle. My education has been lacking in that area, because I have been so afraid. No, my lady, the Duchy of Sedna is in Talassi. They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of, deeply regret, best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace! Something sparkly will make me feel better. My court manners have failed. Alright. So, mood. I'm very willful. Do I want that to change? Do I want... I mean, I guess it depends. If I want to educate if I want to get bonuses in other classes, I need to figure out what classes would, like, different emotions would help. I could keep taking classes that I'm getting for being willful. Or, like, pressured and lonely, neither of those sound good. But, I mean, I guess if I get that up in either direction, it would give me bonuses for specific classes, I suppose. Now, why don't we talk to Juliana about the crystal? My father says I can't have the crystals till I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There might not be time to wait. The world is filled with dangers, and you will need the power... Oh, let me save the game. You will need the powers of Illumin to fight them. You can't begin training until you're bonded with your crystal. Well, what am I supposed to do about it? The crystal's probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You're the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. What's drastic action? I don't know what that means. What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again. All right. I'll try to do that. All right, we're still intrigue, military, Lumen. Let's learn about internal affairs. And, you know, victory on land. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for the crown. After that would be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. Oh, no. Was that snake an attempt on our life by the Duke to install Charlotte as the new queen? Curious. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons in battle formations. We might need to kill Charlotte ourselves. With battle formations. As I'm walking, I spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursul. Maybe I should go and say hello. I notice that seated behind her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. I turn to walk in a different direction so as to not disturb them. At that moment, I notice something. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. I don't know, my finger just keeps going down on the right button. At that moment, I notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Was that a servant, a thief, or an assassin? Let's go! We learned about victory on land. My climbing has failed. I look around for something to climb. I'm not sure if the nearby trees can support my weight. I run over to a statue and try to pull myself onto the pedestal. It's too awkward to get my feet in place. By this time, anyone I saw is gone anyway. Aw, shucks. Alright. Visit the treasury. Okay, I gotta get that crystal. Counting failed, presence failed. +1 angry, +1 willful. I try to talk my way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. They resisted the eyelash fluttering? These men are made of stone. Alright, so... angry, so the first two rows are now tied, and we're extremely willful at this point. Like, this is by far the most powerful emotion. Need to get a new uniform. Why do we only have this drabble thing? Alright, let's learn about foreign intelligence. Let's learn about naval strategy. The current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you, if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talassi. You know. Maybe we'll think, you know. Maybe we'll think about that. We'll consider it in the future. I mean, at some point we're going to have to start thinking about who we're going to... I mean, if we're the queen and we're the ruler, I guess that means we would be marrying ourselves off? Unless the king does it first. We learn that the sea is not something you hold, it's something you travel across. Naval strategy ensures our free travel while denying it to our enemies. That's true. Gotta figure out who our enemies are and then deny them travel. As I'm walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a towering pile of linen. Elegance failed, reflexes... Oh, my reflexes are good. I step aside and let her pass. Alright, at least one of my skills actually worked for once. I have reflexes. Alright, what are we doing? Treasury's not working. I can't talk to her. She's not around. Alright. Yielding, lonely, cheerful. Okay, so this would make this go down, make me a little yielding. Actually, that would be good. Let's start to debuff this so we can start to maybe try to take other classes. I spent the weekend holed up alone in my room with my favorite toys. It's childish, but I feel a bit better. Of course, we were extremely willful, so that's still the most powerful one. I guess we need to get the crystal before we can actually learn Lumen, unfortunately. So, let's go back to ciphering and logistics. Let's see, I practice random substitution ciphers where the normal alphabet is replaced by one in jumbled order. That's harder to decode, but most people need a written substitution chart to read or write it, and that chart can be lost or stolen. I study different kinds of transport: animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. Oh, there is a man here to see you. He wishes crown funding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters, which can be moved and reused. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we'll be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now and make copies to send all over the world. I don't know much about factories or trade. Would this really be worthwhile? We are not in... Oh, I don't get to make that choice. We're not interested in your invention to bring literature to the masses. We don't want any of that. Oh no. I think we made a bad financial decision. See, the tomb is depressed and afraid. No, not that. This way and this way. Lonely and afraid. This way, this and this way. Yielding, depressed, and pressured. This way, this way, this way. Well, this would bring this down 2 notches. This would bring this back up to pressured. So I guess afraid and depressed would be in the lead there. Fine, let's attend court. Sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father and may be important for your future. Yep, we're depressed again. Oh no, it's afraid. We are afraid. There we go. A lot less confident than we used to be. So now we can learn about agility and faith again. Let's learn about reflexes and learn about lore. I practice solo tennis, hitting a ball against the wall repeatedly in order to train my hand and my eye to react. I may now play sport. Oh, we can unlock additional activities. I didn't know that there were unlockables in these lessons. Long, long ago, the continent of Borealis was ruled over by a single witch king until a rival line of lumens challenged for the crown. The resulting war went on for 100 years with powerful spells that damaged the land so badly that even now, no plants will grow. Anywhere? I see trees out the window. Seems like plants are growing somewhere. It would be kind of a catastrophe if no plants grew across the entire continent. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixonite occupation of the country of Ibrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. I know that... Oh, my foreign affairs are bad. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying southern Marie. My military's good, though. And we have plenty of troops, so it shouldn't be that hard to drive them out if we want to make a fight of it. Prepare for battle! If they want to fight, we'll give it to them. I'll arrange for troops to be sent to your aid. Thank you, Your Highness. I'm willful again. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? It was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Then you have made arrangements with him? What sort of arrangements? I mean, I think we learned something about that in my lessons, but we haven't made a... Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realize. Maybe he should have said so. When he gave it, I did, how awkward, what an awkward situation this is. I can play some sports and get angry? Do we want to get angry or afraid? I mean, actually, willful went back up. I kind of want to push that down. I want to get yielding. So yielding. +2 to yielding. +2 to +1 to pressured. +1 to depressed. Okay, now we are depressed. Okay, now we can go back to expression and animal handling. Expression. Drawing, painting, arranging flowers. Skills with musical instruments. Let's learn drawing, painting, and such. And for, animal handling. Let's learn about, birds. I discuss the nature of beauty, looking around at landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing their aesthetic elements. I visit the mews and learn about different kinds of trainable birds, then their preferred nesting sites, behavior, and food. I receive a report on the outcome of the battle against the Ixonites. We succeeded in driving them out of Marie, but it cost me almost a full battalion of soldiers and a great deal of materiel. I lost 934 soldiers. Wow, all those people dead, just from, something I said. Someone asked me a question, I said, yeah, do it, and now almost 1,000 people are dead. Wow, I have such power. The Duke of Marie will be happy, but we could have done better. Okay, so that pushed this back up to neutral. I could get more angry by playing sports. Take to the court for a few games of tennis, feel the thrill of competition. Okay, so we are still depressed. Due to all those people dying, due to our whim. Let's learn about musical instruments and horses. I tap out chiming dyads on a glockenspiel, learning the basics of harmony and rhythm. I walk around the stables, meeting the royal horses, learning about their breeds and the names for different parts of their anatomy. And, of course, I do love my horse. Oh, there are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. That sounds badass. That sounds like something I was drawing in art class. Several disappearances in southern Calaris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What should we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is the hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. Like your mother. I'm depressed now. Also, there's a letter for you. I guess we don't get to make a choice there, we just get depressed. Tylerus, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit. Yeah, we are getting increasingly depressed. We need to get more cheerful. Let's see. Oh, I guess attend service is now for depressed. I guess attending service will just give a -1 to whatever your most powerful emotion is. Like, whatever that is. Whatever you need. Well, we haven't done gardens yet. Let's see. Cheerful. Let's try to get pressured up. I don't think we've done pressured. I mean, there is a pressured. Yeah, pressured is here. Plus, that makes depressed more powerful. And let's go to church. I attend services in the Castle Grove, letting the peace of the ritual calm my heart. Yeah, depressed is still the most powerful. Alright, let's learn more about singing, and more about dogs. We learned about the different vocal ranges, from the most profound bass to the rare coloratura soprano. I learned the standard commands for working with trained hunting dogs and retrievers. Ah, Your Highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. Well, who's talking shit about me? I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. I hope this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me. I think I need to explore, maybe play the field, I think is what they call it. Put myself on the market. Whatever terms you want for saying no to this thing that's happening right now. I need to let him down gently. I am not marrying you, I'm only 13! That may not have been gentle. I see. I regret the misunderstanding. He seemed to take it okay. Maybe we should watch out for a snake in our bed. Okay. Mood. Let's try to get more cheerful and try to power up, like, pressured or yielding here. This would increase yielding. This increases pressured. I mean, yeah, if I want to power up yielding and pressured, yeah, that does do that. +1 depressed. That increases depressed too, but yielding is +2. Maybe we should do it. Depressed is still the most powerful emotion. Yielding's almost there. Alright, let's learn about drawing and falcons again. I studied the theory of color, how they complement and contrast, and how to select colors and emphasize a mood. And I learned about the hood and leather jesses, how and when they were worn, and how to keep them maintained and oiled. I assume that if you've played this before, I assume that you probably would have an idea of what skills are needed or in the early game, and would manipulate the mood to get to the point where you can learn those classes. I feel like a lot of the skills we've been learning maybe have not been the most relevant, like color theory and how to work with birds. Not really coming up. I mean, I like taking these classes, but maybe there are other things that we could have done. You're requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted moida and requests the mercy of the crown. Your Highness, the slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Corisande, the Duchess of Mead. Oh, this is a noble assassination attempt. Is she alright? She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, no portrait? It's justice, it is! Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her, they did. When she went to sea, when he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. Okay, so it's a peasant who is attempting to assassinate the noble. Now you see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. I don't know what this is all about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but, I like her gumption. She sounds like a real go-getter. I'm gonna have her work for me. This woman failed in her goals. She harmed no one, though. I don't require her life. If she get far away from your sister's court, she'll no longer be a threat. You're going to forgive her? I'm indenturing her, not pardoning her. She will serve as a heavy laborer in Northern Ursel. She should be made an example of. She should be drawn and quartered in the public square. Oh, that's kind of nasty, actually. I mean, even if we did kill her, it wasn't going to be like that. If that's what you had in mind. God's bless ye, miss. Now, I figured that maybe we could say maybe she could be our servant, and like maybe she could like train to be a better assassin, and then we have our own personal assassin who owes us her life. It's just a thought. Just a thought. Let's see. Man, we're super depressed. Could become -1 depressed. See, opposite. Cheerful plus lonely. Lonely plus afraid. Let's see. Afraid would go back down to that neutral. We're getting pressured up. I don't want it to get back down to lonely. Yielding and afraid. Let's get angry in sports. We didn't get that angry. So, all right, let's learn once again about musical instruments and dogs. You practice with a recorder, learning to recognize tunes that you hear and replicate them, and not, what most kids do with a recorder, which is not learn how to play it, but you have one, and then you just blow on it, and it bothers everyone. You actually try to peep out a tune with one, maybe? Oh, I unlocked a new outfit because I played the recorder. I choose a young puppy and begin raising him to respond to me over all others. My skill in dogs is 50. I may not increase this skill until my other animal handling skills are 25. Maybe we should just go all in on animal handling and amass an army of horses, dogs, and falcons to defend us when the time comes. I'm walking one day in the gardens. I hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. An owl fly... Falcon success.
An owl flying in the open in broad daylight? That's unusual. I wonder if something attacked it.
When I return to the castle, my father's waiting for me. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for her project. I don't know if we're any more educated in this kind of thing. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the peoples. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Putting all the sick people together? Wouldn't that make them die? Man, that's some LP bot logic. Wouldn't that make them die faster if you put them together? No, we're not interested in building this dumb thing you call a hospital? Good. Very good. We turned down the printing press, and we turned down the first hospital. I think maybe someone needs to intervene and prevent us from taking the throne at this point. I need to become cheerful. It's just all there is to it. I need to become cheerful. Let's go to church. So, still depressed. I need to take some other classes. And to do that, I need to get happy. Oh yeah, I have a new outfit. Boots expression. Toga boots expression. There we go. Don't we look good? Bonus to expression, animal handling. Well, this outfit boosts expression. So I guess there's synergy there. You know, that's all right. Let's learn about singing and horses. You practice standing in the correct posture and singing scales to improve your pitch and tone. You learn about the different pieces that go into saddles and bridles, how to check them for signs of wear, how to equip and adjust them on a horse. We were also advised maybe we shouldn't wear this when going horseback riding, but you can't tell the princess nothing. Oh no, a new outfit. Remember that the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball! There will be dancing! Do we know how? As queen, you'll be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. Oh, we're gonna fail all these, aren't we? We're gonna fail all of them. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required. It may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now. Decide later. There's a letter. It's from Brioni. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her Uncle Kavan is absolutely furious about that woman's trial. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have anything to suggest to her. Let's try to become less depressed so we can become yielding and see what we get. No new... Yeah, our friend is not back. I guess because we don't have the crystal. Okay, we're now yielding. Finally, we are yielding. Boost animal handling. Well, I mean, we're not taking animal handling now since we're not depressed anymore, but there it is. Okay, so now we have boost to royal demeanor, history, and faith. So, if we're gonna, give a speech and, be at this royal thing, probably we want to do something here, like an presence, an aura of confidence and command. And, history and faith. Well, history, we can learn about our history, foreign affairs, world history, faith. Oh, we already did some faith. Let's learn about Novan history. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in a mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are a force to be reckoned with. And we're yielding. You read about the history of your domain. Hundreds of years ago, Nova was the center of a great empire, spanning the length of the western coast as well as a few island territories. Over time, your influence has waned. Oh no! Our empire is in decline. Today is the procession and planting for the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. Lead the parade. I will parade and make a speech. Well, you know what they say, Dad. Go big or go home. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. Oh, my little girl. I prepare my best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with my attendants. It would not be appropriate for me to wear a sword, but I do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than I am. Decoration failed, elegance failed. Of course. At the end of the route, I help the priestesses turn over the earth for a new tree to be planted. After the blessings are read, I hold up my hands and call for silence so I can speak. Public speaking failed. Unfortunately, all the words I plan to go out of my head when I'm faced with the moment. I manage a few polite sayings about the meanings of the holidays and thank everyone for attending, then turn away, our cheeks red. The procession regroups to return to the castle. Oh no, everything went bad. I failed all my checks. The mood. Actually, pressured is going to be the highest now, isn't it? Well, don't want yielding to get too powerful again. -1 angry? I actually wanted her to get angry. Actually, what's the opposite? It's a willful. The opposite of yielding. And then also... what was that again? Pressed? No. Lonely. Could anything else happen if I visit the treasury again? Accounting failed, presence failed, +1 angry, +1 willful. Grrr. Okay, anger is now the most powerful emotion. Bonus to weapons and military. Weapons? Like swords, and archery, and pole arms. Let's learn about swords. And, military. There it is. Okay, we already did some of this. We'll do more. I take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. And I learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into my hands. And friendly civilians may not stay friendly if robbed. Useful information. Logistics is now 50. I cannot increase that skill until military skills are 25 or higher. Are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp! I finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon me, the ruler of them all. Presence failed, elegance failed, composure failed, decoration failed. Seeing myself reflected in so many eyes makes me want to run away and hide. Yes, that is accurate. +1 afraid, +1 pressured. After a moment, I forced myself to carry on, but I'm sure they all saw me. They're all laughing at me. They're all laughing at me. My father waits for me at the bottom of the stairs and offers me his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides me gently around the dance floor, never rushing me. It's fun to dance with my father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kegel alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. I look around the room at my possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one may begin dancing until I do. I can pick whomever I want, and I will not be denied. Someone, failed. Intriguing court manners, failed. Someone about my age, someone younger than me, someone older than me, someone already married. Let's get scandalous, yeah! +1 willful. I don't want everyone assuming that whoever I pick first is my intended marriage partner, so why not make my choice as ridiculous as possible? With that in mind, I approached the Duchess of Ursel. I admit to myself that I was hoping such an outrageous act would cause her to lose some of her composure, but she remains unruffled. At least the chorus of shocked whispers around me as I take my place on the floor is gratifying. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with my father. I knew him, knew his steps like a part of me. Now every move is a mystery. Dance failed. Unfortunately, I lose track of which steps I'm supposed to do when and trip over my own feet. Oops. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. Failed. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note. Look, if there were, like, I don't know, dogs or falcons in this room, I'm sure we would be passing some of these tests. Like, none of that's happening, though. None of that. Letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her bravery and courage keeps our borders defended. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, I take the opportunity to observe nobles that I rarely see. There's Gwynelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than me, and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adelaide, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla, and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of me at school, and the absolute terror of the ball fields. I feel like there's a joke to be made about someone named the Terror of the Ball Fields. Need to workshop that a little bit. Not really sure how we get there. No, Brioni. She had said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? My aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. Failed. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? There's no magic to sense around here. None at all. Alright, we should probably... I think that's an hour. We should probably save. You know, we may have failed almost every check. But, I mean, there's a lot of education to go. Look, maybe the people find our clumsiness charming. You know, they feel like protective of their dumbass little princess. That could be, you know. Maybe we could get a reputation of being dumb but compassionate. And we love animals. It's a strategy. Well, that's our hour tryout of Long Live the Queen. And she's, you know, she was almost killed by a snake. but then our cousin took the bite for us. And I get the way we're going, we're going to have to rely on other people to take the bite for us if we're going to survive, I think. Unless we stay angry and learn how to use a sword. Unless we do that. That's been Long Live the Queen.